Hello, everybody. I forgot to add myself to the screen. Happy Wednesday. It's only a little bit crazy around here today. Hi, Kat. How goes the packing? Good early morning to you, Philippa. And hello to all the lurkers. Phyllis, if you're out there, hope you're having a good day. I'm thinking of you. I am going to get a deep breath. Hey, Barbara. Hi, Sue. And well, we shouldn't have anything overhead because they're done with the roof. We might have a little bit outside the window here, but it shouldn't be bad. We are in the home stretch of all this. We're waiting for 2 windows, which should be here on the 9th. And then they can stucco and paint. And then it's time to do things like all the deck work. Packing is as done as it can be. Move starts on Friday. Oh, that's so exciting, Kat. I'm so excited for you to get moved over and get your crafting area set back up again. Let's see. Let me flip my screens around. You can see the craziness that is my desk, which is this. I'm going to call that good enough as far as camera stuff goes. I've been working on these white pieces all week, and I normally have to pull it a lot closer to me in order to not have a cramp doing stuff like this. So let's see, I guess I could maybe zoom that one in a little bit. That might help. Yeah, home stretch sounds so good because I tell you what, all of us are pretty much over it. Pretty much over it. Where did my controls go? That's not good. There we go. See if I zoom that in, maybe not quite so much. There, that's a little bit better. So this is one of the small ones. This is going to be 4x6, and let me make sure this is fastened down, and then I can go to the beads. I always forget how long beading takes and how basically disorientating beads are for me, because there's not really a right or a wrong, at least in my world, when it comes to beading, but I often feel like I'm doing it wrong. So that doesn't help. All right. I just want to get that thread out of my way. So I'm just going to bring that one down here. I'll tie the knot on it later. All right. Whew. So what is happening in everybody else's world today? Let's see. Can I make that? Sorry if I made anybody dizzy. Oh, they are working under the house, but hopefully that won't be quite as noisy. They are, this whole week they've been, and last week they've been doing the, what do they call it? Encapsulation, where they're laying plastic over the dirt so that we can hopefully eliminate some of the water issues that we've been having. So we want to happy this up a little bit, and I got some sparkly beads, but these are kind of big. Let's dig through here and see if I can find something a little smaller. I like these little teardrop ones. You know, and when I was working on them, it's like some of them I felt like they needed a ton of beads, and that took a lot longer than I wanted. And then some of the other ones, it's like, nah, they don't need that much. But I felt like they were a little too naked. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I maybe we just get them on. How's that? Oh no, Sue says I left the windows open a little bit too long, so I'm working with a headache. I've got another scroll going, only 2 patches left to embellish. That's exciting, close to another finish line. I actually have been thinking about how to make live streams easier for me after Open Studios, and I've been planning out a big project that I want to do, and I kind of think the live streams are going to be perfect for it because I can work in sections and then sew all the sections together. And it's, well, I have two of them. One is green and one is black, and the black I know is going to be kind of hard. Let's see, how do I want, I just want that to add some sparkle. And I know you won't see, it's hard doing a video with white on white. I'm sorry about that, but these are what have to get done. I got 5 done as of yesterday, and there's 5 more to get the beads on. The stitching is all done. I just need to get the beads on because I'm going to take them out to the framer, and I'm going to have him stretch them over the canvas because I absolutely stink when it comes to doing clean corners. And rather than frustrate myself with it, I'm going to just pay the guy to do them for me. Okay, yeah, and I want 3. I like the number 3. Kat said, oh, I got my photos back from my photographer friend yesterday, and I'm workshopping my web design, and I look forward to setting up an artist feedback session with some of you. Oh, that's awesome. Kat, if you want, you can use my Zoom because I've got the pro account, so we can have multiple people, and you can invite whoever you want to the Zoom, and that way you can talk. I mean, if you're comfortable with that, otherwise you can do it your own way, but just throwing that offer out there for you. Okay, yeah, that's good. And now, okay, so don't be tempted over there. Now, what are we going to do? I think what I was doing yesterday was just lots of little, okay, anytime, Kat. It's fun to be able to do that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm basically down to the bead section on everything. So I've got 5 of these guys. Oh, there's a couple of them I have to do a few more stitching bits on, but there's the rock ones, the sculptured pieces. I have to finish those, and it's all with beads. See, I always feel like I'm making the wrong decision on beads, so I just have to remind myself there is no right or wrong decision on it. And you can't see the sparkle from there. Doggone it. I'm sorry, guys. This is what has to get done. I have 1 month, basically. I've got the month of September to finish as much as I can, because in that first week of September, I have to be working on setting up the display. So it's going to be close. And I still have to come up with my promo material to put out. But I am, for US people, I am going to put up a secret shop via my newsletter. It'll probably only be up for 24 hours before the open studios. I already have a knot in my thread because I cut my thread too long because I was being lazy. Doggone it. All right, you know what? I'm just going to have to let it go. Open studios is 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays. So the first weekend in October is South County, which isn't me, so I won't be open then. The second weekend of October is North County, which is me. And then the third weekend is all counties. So North and South County will be open. And it's Saturday and Sunday. I think it's like 10 to 5 or 11 to 4, something like that. I have to look up what the hours are that they recommend. And yeah, you know, I'm hoping people will shop, but you never know. Let's see. Maybe I want something with a little more sparkle. You know, it would be nice to make some sales. I have only made 1 sale all year, but then I also haven't been pushing it like crazy. Is this going to be too bright? Nah, that's good. I want to do all silver. It's really hard for me, though, to make a decision. They're working on the internet in my husband's office now that the roof is done, and that would be all that lovely noise. But hopefully it's just cutting a few more holes. Hey, Wendy, how are you doing? Oh, and I still have to order a card reader so that I can take payments easily. So if you, I'm sorry, I'm very distracted. So I apologize for my even more scattered than normal. I meant to say, if you're watching and you're not on the newsletter and you think you might want to shop the secrets shop, please go over to my website, susantaylorbrown.com, and sign up for the newsletter, which I do need to send another one out soon. I haven't done it for a while. All right, I like those better. So, yeah, sometimes I feel like the beads take away from the stitch, and other times I feel like it accents it. So I think I've reached the point now, though, where I don't trust my decisions because I'm feeling like I got to get to the finish line. So I'm really trying to just believe in myself and say, okay, follow your instincts. It's all going to work out just fine. But it's a little bit hard. Wendy said, all okay. I feel like an elephant did tap dancing on me. It was payday and all the groceries weighed a ton. Yeah. Not fun. Let's get another little pearl up there. Hey, Phyllis, how are you doing? Hopefully it's a good day. I feel bad. Maybe I should try and let's see if I zoom you in more, if you can actually see the beads. I'm not sure. Okay, is that better? That might be better. And let's move it over. There, is that better? You guys can actually see the beads a little bit now. You would think by now I would have a handle on all of this, but no. So see, this is where I start thinking. It's like, okay, I feel like I need to have something down here to balance, but not a lot. What color is the scroll you're working on now, Sue? The one that's almost done. See, I have 3 scrolly things. It's like all I have to do is put a backing on a couple things and put a stick at the top, but it's like I keep postponing that even. All right, let's see if we can make that look better. Hey, Terry, how was the Blues Festival? I hope you had a great time and you made a lot of sales, since that is sort of the point of going to that kind of a festival, I think. Well, plus having just a good time. I bet you're zappered though, huh? All right, so I guess this one is telling me this is what it wants. More sparkle. This is one of the little ones. It's going to go on just one of these little tiny 4x4s. Oh yeah, and then I have to give myself time to figure out that lovely thing that we all love to work on, which is pricing. I hate working on pricing. But I kind of have a feeling, I mean, I'm not getting all the stuff done that I wanted to for Open Studios, so I'm giving myself grace on that, but I kind of can see the types of things that I want to make going forward, which is helpful. So I'm going to kind of use that to kind of help me guide going forward with what I want to do and how I'm going to price things. You're totally off world. Yeah, I bet it takes, I mean, because you guys were gone for what, a week or close to a week? So that's definitely some recovery time. Did you make good sales? Sue said, it's not one color this time, a little bit of everything, which has me wondering how to approach future scrolls. I think that's fun, though. Elizabeth Sullivan, who is a beautiful Australian embroidery artist, she just posted something that she did in multicolors, and she called it, I think it was like Glitteretti or glitter something. And I thought it's beautiful. She's doing some really fun things with old doilies and painting them and then adding them and stitching them. And I think it's for an upcoming exhibit. I only stitch with a number 12 beading needle because it is the one that I can get my trusty beader helper, threading helper through. And not worrying about and as I come across in my collection, as I come across the teeny tiny beads that don't want to go on here, I'm getting rid of them. Sales was decent, but slow. It's an off year. Oh, that's too bad. Will you be able to take a lot of this inventory and put it in your Christmas shop? Terry's got some new die cuts that she was putting up that are just wonderful for fall. If those of you that do the paperwork and want a little bit of something. Okay, I'm liking this. This is simple, just a little bit of sparkle. Oh, good. So you can put it in your other shop. Whoops, I shouldn't have done that because there's not that much thread left. So we're gonna come back through and just let that one dangle. Ta-da! Surprise. I actually got 2 needles threaded ahead of time. I don't know how. And I remembered to eat since I have to go work out after this. You like it too, Kat? Thank you. Yeah, it's really hard. The other ones, some of them is like, I don't know why they're not working. And then I looked at it again. It's like, it's because it needs more beads. And I had to go back and look at pictures of my big white sculpted piece that I did a few years ago and remind myself how that one came to be. And, you know, what's very difficult for me right now preparing for Open Studios is to tell myself it's enough. It's enough. Just stop. It's enough. The stuff that I don't get added to a piece is usually only me that's going to notice it. So I need to be better about not making everything a perfectionist nightmare. Kat said, I always do that with my thread too, not realizing how much thread I have left before starting the next stitch. Yeah, and these are slightly raised, so I also have to allow for the fact that it's got to go through stuff. Let's see, I like something here at the edge. And I also have to, some of them, there's 3 of them, I have to fold under, and this one I'm kind of wonder if I will too, and stitch it to another backing because I just didn't like the way it looked over the canvas. So that's going to be more work. And I'm hoping my regular framing guy is even available because he was having a knee replacement about 2 months ago. So I'm hoping that it went well and he's back in the shop. So I've got to call over there later today and see, because otherwise I'm going to have to find somebody else to stretch my canvases for me. I can do it, but I want nice, pretty, clean corners. And when I do it, there are not nice, pretty, clean corners. That's for sure. And I would not have quite so much frustration with my threads if I remembered to wax it before I started stitching. But when I don't remember that, and my wax is in the thread that are in the drawer underneath all my beads, it's like, no, I'm just going to deal with it. You tried to post my link and it didn't go through. Oh, interesting. You're still a mod. There's no reason that it shouldn't go through unless you're on a different account. I don't know. This will be good. If I can be satisfied with just this little bit on this one, I can book through, because I think the other ones I have left to do are, I have one more small one and then I have larger ones. Yeah, I'm too short to easily do this. I don't want you guys to have to look at the top of my head. So oh, and everything just feels like it's 900 miles an hour in my brain. So it's good to have to go work out and kind of get some quiet and also, you know, burn the energy. And if it's not a workout day, then we just do more walks with Tally. She's getting spoiled with lots of walks. Nothing wrong with that. No. Beads everywhere. So has anybody got any fun plans for the upcoming 3-day weekend here in the United States? It will be Labor Day weekend. We didn't used to, when I was a kid, start school until after Labor Day, but around here, the kids have already been in school for a couple of weeks. Oh, your desktop wasn't letting you comment at all. Well, that's bizarre. I'll tell you what. Technology can be really good, but sometimes it can really be a pain in the neck. Royal pain in the neck. Ugh. Is what this weekend? Yes, this weekend. Yeah, so Monday is Labor Day, or the day off for work. I can't remember what the date is exactly. Kat, feel free to post the Facebook group, and also if you wanted to post my website link for us, so people, if they wanted to sign up for the newsletter, they could. They're adding more vents around the edges of the house, so I know that's some of the noise. And I think they're still working on the internet. Oh, thank you, Kat. Appreciate it. It's nice to have a couple different mods here to help us out. We've got Kat and Barbara and Terry when she's on the right computer, evidently. Computers are picky, picky, picky. Sue said, no plans, but we have a granddaughter whose birthday is right around Labor Day. She was actually born on Labor Day that year. Seemed appropriate. It's my daughter and my grandson's birthday today. My daughter had her son on her birthday. And my grandson is turning 21 today. Unbelievable. Can't believe he's that old. Oh, Terry said, I'm putting my die cuts and Cricut cuts in a retail shop tomorrow on consignment. Oh, I'm going to be sending lots of good vibes. I hope they go for you. That would be wonderful for you to have another outlet. All right, I think I just need to balance up here, and I think I'm going to call this one about done. I was talking with the contractor this morning about the little deck they're going to put in outside my studio door. Probably won't be done for open studios, but that's okay. I will know it's coming. And if I do open studios next year, it will be there. All righty. And I've been cleaning out not just beads and threads as well, not cleaning out, but using. I found as I was working on another one of the pieces from the Unearthed collection, another big rock. And I told myself, oh, don't use that. That's some of your good stuff. I was like, oh, what the heck? I thought I would broke myself of that habit of, using my good stuff. Evidently I had not. Now I'm wondering, I need some, I don't need any, maybe I'll just do one little bit of sparkle back here, kind of like a hidden thing of sparkle. I think there's just enough thread for that. So maybe we'll do 2 sparkly beads. Oh, I know what I'll do. Can't overuse these silver ones, but a little bit. Thank you, Kat. So what are you most excited about on the move, Kat? Is there something you're looking forward to? Let's see, there's a little bit of space left. So we're going to come right here and do one more. Cutting it close on my threads. I have a giant mess on the back. I will show you, but I'm not going to fix it on camera because who needs to see that? Woohoo! Another one I can say is done. Yay. Oh, I guess I have to show you because I need my needles back. Let's see if I put it. There you go. So I think it's just enough sparkle. Just enough. I don't need to overdo it. All right. So I should have 3 needles, and I do, and I have a whole bunch of this messy thread here. Let's see. Beading needles are so long sometimes, and you have that really short thread to try and pull it through. I still do not have a name for the white collection. Whispers doesn't feel right. Feels like it should, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it has enough impact. Thinking maybe something like Breathworks, or I don't know, something that kind of gives you that Zen feeling. Hey, Joanne. How are you doing today? Have you been out in the garden today? All right, let's get this one. Oh, Kat says, I'm excited about adopting a cat when we get to the new place. It will be an adventure as I've never had an indoor pet before. Ooh. That's right. And have you been having any luck researching the type of cat that you need that will work with your issues? I know you were having trouble finding something. I like Breathe as an individual title, but I don't know if that would work for a collection of a whole bunch of pieces. Do you think? I'm just not so sure. Maybe the collection is Just Breathe or Stop and Breathe, Stop and I was thinking of the Eagles and was thinking Learn to Be Still as the title of the collection. You know, with a title, both of a collection and of an individual piece of art, you can sort of, you know, you don't need to be on the nose for people. This is a picture of a cat, but you can sort of lead them into a direction that you want them to consider. So I always think about that. Yeah, we talked about this. She's in Texas, so not close enough to go to Pennsylvania and get something. But luckily, there seems to be that there's cat rescues all over the place. You know, that this all works so well on that little one. I think I'm going to grab the other little one because if I could get two little ones done here. All right, there we go. Kat said, I think it would be too expensive to adopt a particular breed, but there are many older cats in the shelter in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. And the food you feed them can help minimize allergies. Oh, that's interesting. I plan to meet cats and see if they are a personality fit and be patient until I find the right one. That's so smart of you. You really need to have the right click. Unless you accidentally end up with a cat, which is what happened to me. I don't know what they're doing now. Let's see. The one and only house cat that I had jumped out of a taxi cab when I was living in Virginia and I was working for a taxi company. And the guys came in at the end of the shift. And this beautiful orange cat jumped out of the back seat and freaked the driver out. He's like, I have no idea where that thing came from. You know, obviously a street cat that just jumped in when he could. And the owner of the taxi cab company was livid. And she's like, get that thing out of here. She hated cats for some reason. And me being a softie just said, I'll take it home, put him in a box, took him home with me and had him for, I don't know, like, I think like 6 or 7 years. He was absolutely marvelous. I would have another cat, except that I really hated dealing with the litter box, but he was amazing. All right. Let's see. I think that's too long for there. I got more little fuzzy things. Yeah, he was pretty awesome. And he loved hot sauce and donuts, glazed donuts. So obviously he had, you know, like hung around the dumpsters and stuff. And French fries. He like would steal French fries right out of my, you know, I'd be bringing it up to my mouth and he would grab them. Hey, Tanya, you're here. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. I've missed you. We called him Benjamin. I have no idea where that name came from for me, but that's what I called him. And he and my border collie were best buddies. And my border collie pretty much died of a broken heart after he died. They were in cahoots. Benjamin would knock the loaf of bread off the top of the refrigerator, and then Chelsea, the dog, would tear it open. He was a ginger kitty. Beautiful, lovable ginger kitty. Does anyone know? I have to look up what ours is. My husband did all the research. This is the first dog that we have done insurance on. I'll look it up and send you a message, Kat, because he's pretty good about researching that kind of stuff. All right, I want some sparkle first. Let's decide where we want them to go. I don't know why, but I just had a feeling that with this dog, we were going to need it. Luckily, so far we haven't, but it's only been a year and a half. Oh, Kat is looking for just the right cat. She's in Texas. Oh, Tanya said, I had a Ben that we found at a gas station on a cross-country trip. Our Ben was a Ginger Point Siamese. He was, yeah. He was pretty awesome. When I moved from New Orleans back home to California, okay, that makes it look like a face. That's not a good idea. We're just going to stay over here, I think. He had to drug him, to go anywhere in the car. And he was hysterical because when I would stop in at a motel, and then he would watch himself in the mirror and he was weaving all over the place, and it was pretty funny. And every so often he would get out and like go under the house or something, and would take a can of tuna to get him back out again. Tanya said, in the UK for dogs, I recommend Kennel Club pet insurance. I don't know about stateside anymore. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Forgot Tanya used to be a groomer. Yeah, I'll have to, I cannot remember off the top of my head, but let's see. If I want to spread this out, or maybe I want to cluster. Maybe this would be better as I cluster. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cluster these guys, 3 really bright, beautiful crystals. And then I'm just going to do the small ones everywhere. Tanya, have you been working on any of your artsy stuff lately, or have you just been doing some self-help kind of stuff? Because I know that is important to us also. Yep. There, that's different. I haven't done that on any of them yet. So I like just a little different. And then we're just going to do the same thing I did on the other ones because I don't have to think. The fluffy in this one makes you think of angel wings. It was really sweet. Somebody on Instagram yesterday looked at the reel I did of 5 of them and said that they made her feel safe and think of comfort. And that's kind of what I want. The green pieces, the wildscapes, they're all about being out in nature and being connected with the wild. The white ones are more about learning to look inward, being comfortable in your own skin, some breathing space, meditation, that sort of a feel. Yeah, wasn't that great? I thought so too, Sue. She said, what a wonderful compliment. Tanya, she said, I've had a rough summer and not wanted to spread it around. Well, life happens and that's okay. We understand if you need to pull back. We're here if you need a safe space. The Facebook group is also a safe place. Those of you that don't know, the Facebook group is a private group. So you need to ask permission to join, and people, it's hidden. So, people don't see it, all over the place, saying, oh, you should join this, you should join this. Yeah, Kat's had a rough summer too, and healing physically, that's exhausting. You think, okay, I just have to sit around and heal, except it doesn't work like that. Your brain is like going 900 miles an hour, and you want to be able to do things, but physically you're just not able to. And I hope everybody is on the way to feeling healthier. Yeah, this is just enough sparkle. That's what I wanted. Just enough so I can justify putting a price tag on these. The little one, I think I have a harder time pricing little stuff than I do the big ones. So I kind of want to get everything laid out. I'm going to be updating the prices on the website. No discounts, on the secret shop sale coming up for people, but the discount, the special deal, I guess, is the fact that you get to shop before Open Studios. And again, the only thing I'm asking is that I don't have to ship it until Open Studios is done. So that way I can have the display, because I don't have that big of an inventory. But I'm excited. This whole process of getting ready for Open Studios and thinking about it and trying to decide what to sell. And of course, there'll be more information after I see how people react to things and if anything sells. But it's kind of helped me focus on how I want to do going forward. Tanya said, I've watched the streams after the fact and still feel like I've missed a lot. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But your own mental health, when you need to just pull back from life, your own mental health is the most important thing. Oh, Sandy has a new journal video. Terry said, I watched Sandy's new journal video today. It's lovely. I wonder if that's the one she mentioned the other day was sold. The gal wanted something that she had already sold. And so, I don't know, it might have been. She makes such beautiful journals. I think, is her channel Big Mama Sandy Moore? I think that's it. If you guys like journal making, you should go check it out. And I saw that Fodder School just opened for the paper lovers. So that's, is that Willow Wanders that does that? Okay. Until this one I forgot to cut. Yep, I'm gonna have to cut that off a little bit. Sometimes these things get a haircut afterwards, after I'm done with them. All right. Yeah, this is working out well. I'm going to feel like I can finish the white ones today, and then I can work on the gray black unearthed piece. It also needs a gazillion beads. And then I'm going to have to go shopping for some beads of a certain color. Only a few. I'm going to see if I can make do with what I have. And then just what's really been hard lately is I reach the end of something and I'm like, oh, I need to buy more. It's like, no, I don't need to buy anything right now. I need to finish things. And after Open Studios, I can look at inventory. And it's been fun because I've been finding some fibers that I hadn't been able to use in ways that I thought I could in the past. And now I'm finding ways to use them. So I'm very happy about that. All right. Sparkle and pearls, right? Mind Games, that would not be a good title for a collection. Inner Breaths. I tried ChatGPT, but it didn't help. Terry said, yes, the theme was like a pale green and had your inked parchments and had illustrations of children. Oh, she just does beautiful work. And she puts so much love into her journals. It's very easy to see when you look at them. I don't need more. Don't need anything big over there, but we're going to add a little more sparkle. Just every so often if we add one of these silvers. Let's do this. It's going to be too much, I think. So good to know. I've discovered I'm not really a fan of working this small, which is good information to have, going forward. I definitely prefer working larger. But that's one of those things you don't know unless you do some of it and say, okay, and I actually want to go, bigger again. Maybe not quite as big as Heart of Gaia, but pretty big. I do have I don't know if you guys can see it from here. No, I can't lean back. Let's see if my chair back is too, no, but I have, my floor stand over there, for my big pieces. So I could work on a piece that was 6 feet across if I wanted to, which is kind of what I'm thinking about, this big green piece I want to work on after Open Studios, but I'm going to work in chunks, kind of like a crazy quilt. Oh, Kat says it's funny because I think I am coming to the conclusion that I prefer working smaller after doing an 8x10 piece. Isn't that interesting? To me, I guess because I do more is more. That's usually my approach to stuff. I need more room to do that. I don't know. But the only way we find this out, right, is you did the 8x10 piece and you're like, not quite me. And I think I did 7 of these 4x4s and I'm like, eh. And in fact, some of these became 8x10s because I couldn't keep it small. I was on a roll and it was like, no, I need more space. I need to keep going, So they ended up being larger pieces because there was so much more I wanted to say with it. So this is how we find things out, right? And as I'm going back and I'm working on my scroll-like pieces, my flat embroidery, I'm like, yeah, I really want to be able to go vertical as well as horizontal. Tanya says, how about doing a big piece and breaking it up later into segments, sell them like a print run? That's an interesting idea. Sort of like people do with their snippet rolls. You can cut it up, tear it apart. But no, I have a wall because right now Gaia is hanging on the wall across from our dining table in the dining area. We don't really have a room. It's just all open. And it's going to move to the sunroom. So you see it when you first come in the door. And so on that wall, I would like to put this big green thing. I already have the title. And it's going to be huge. And it's going to be an opportunity to use up, green fabric, patch it. I will, stitch it together kind of like a crazy quilt. But then it's going to be textural. It's going to have all the things that I love going on it. Oh man, I wish I'd figured this out yesterday because this is so much easier than when I put myself through yesterday. But print run reminds me that I need to check and see whether it's worth printing glisse or however you say it, glisse. I don't know, one of those things of Gaia. I don't know. It seemed like all of a sudden Open Studios is coming up so fast. And I don't want to say I'm not ready and I'm not going to be ready, but because I really want to see if I can keep my calm because it's going to be very stressful doing the event because it's a lot of peopling. I was even looking into the legalities of live streaming the event. It's like, I could just have the live stream going while people were coming around, but I'll probably just end up doing a video walkthrough of everything. This is awesome. So I'm going to call this one D for done. Yes, I am. I don't think it needs anything else. Let's see what else I have. And of course, before I came across doing just using these few same beads, I pulled out every kind of white beads and clear beads and sparkle beads that I had. Tally will be here, but she respects, we have these folding gates that are like 3 feet tall, and she's very respectful of them. She just sits on the other side. She loves meeting new people, so she will, be close enough that they can lean over and give her pets, but she won't be wandering around free. Mostly because if somebody leaves the door open, she's just going to take off to go exploring. And of course, we don't want that to happen. And my husband will be here, so he'll have custody of her for the event. And yeah, the video walkthrough will be less of a headache in the long run. Plus, I'll have the replay value. All right. Well, that's cool. Do I have another little one? What have I got? Let's see. This is a medium one. All right. This is going to go on the 6x6. She's awesome with kids. She's awesome with everybody. There's nobody, the guys are walking around here with tool belts, drills, saws, doing all that kind of stuff. She's fine. Other dogs, I hope nobody brings their dog, but I'm sure somebody's going to do that. And we're just not going to let them in, around with that. Aha. Yeah, she's pretty awesome with everything. Oh, I guess I don't need to be quite so zoomed in on this one, huh? Because it's bigger. You get to go in the timeout chair. No. Sandy is here. Terry was telling us about your beautiful video that you posted today. Let's see if we do this. And no, moving it the wrong way. All right. Sue said it'll be fun to see the video walkthrough after hearing so much about it during the live streams. Yeah. She is a very special girl. She's curled up right down here at my feet right now. All right. We are going to put, I think I'm going to add that there. Now, this one's a little bigger, so it can take a larger all disperklies, but I'm not sure. Not sure where I want them. Sandy said, I did let people know that my wonderful friend had done a lot of the items that were in it. It just didn't. Oh, you just didn't out me. You are a funny girl. I'm so happy that I was able to send you stuff that you could use. Let's see if we, come on. Put that sparkle there. It might be that they're still too big. We're going to keep with the smaller ones. Yeah, a year ago, I did not think I was going to have the relationship that I do have with Tally. She was, she just wasn't interested in me. She, whether it was, we know that we don't know for sure, but we have assumed that she has come from some kind of an abusive background. And I think it might have been a woman, not, so often it's a man, but we think it might have been a woman. So it took me a long time to get her to bond with me, but now she's just as easily bonded with me as she is with my husband. She spends time with each of us throughout the day. It's me she snuggles with usually at night. Yeah, it was a year. We brought her home a year ago, June 1st. So, and she's going to be, as best we can figure, because of course there's no way of knowing for sure. December, she'll be 2.5. And I'll tell you what, German Shepherds, when you get to that 3-year age, 2 to 3 years of age, it's life-changing. She's just, she likes her routine. First thing in the morning, she goes out with my husband and they take a long walk. And then we come back, she comes back, we all have breakfast. And then about an hour after breakfast, she and I go for a walk. and then she hangs out for a while. And then usually at lunchtime, she and my husband go for a walk. And then lately with construction, I mean, we're all walking all the time. Yeah, the fastest year ever. I know. Well, I mean, the fact that it's going to be Labor Day next week just still floors me. Football season starts in a week. Hockey's around the corner. We kind of like watching our sports, especially since our poor Giants are not doing so well in baseball. And we got the roof on before the weather changed. That was a big deal. All right, I want to come up in here. And I think now once the construction stuff is really done, I'll be able to do more intensive training with her. With our last dog, with Zoe, you know, it was right off the bat, but Tally took a long time to decompress from being in the shelter. And so training is slower with her, but I'm immensely proud of the fact that I've taught her to come up the stairs to come back to the house when we're done in the yard. That's like a huge thing because we used to have to go chase her around, try and trap her, catch her, put her on the leash, and then she'd lay down and my husband would end up carrying, you know, the dead dog up the stairs. So the fact that she now comes there when I call her is pretty awesome. Wow, can you hear my throat is like saying, guess what? We don't like you talking so much. Had a barium x-ray last week to check on what's going on with my throat and they found nothing. So I just dropped one of those. Luckily, I have more. At the end of every beading session, I have to go around and pick up everything off the floor because I'm always dropping beads. Let's see. I think we're going to put that the other one. Maybe we want a little. Yeah, I think we want something kind of not big dangly, but a little bit of a dangle. Do I have any? It's tough to know something is wrong, but not have a forward. Yes. You know, I don't know if it's wrong or if it's just age. I don't know. So yeah, it's tough. And I know you've dealt with that kind of crud too. It's okay. I'm gonna go do my workout. I'm gonna go work on my muscles. I'm gonna go do my planks. I can plank for a minute now without shaking. Bye, Joanne. She said, beautiful piece. Have a good weekend and holiday to you all. You have a good rest of your week too. Yep, I think this might be it on this one for me so that I can go drink a lot of water before I have to go. But I'm happy. I got 2 of the little ones done. That means I just have one. And then I have this one to finish. Whoops, that's upside down. This one. And I have, this is an 8x10 one. And this one I'm going to have to turn under and sew to something else because I was hoping I could use this napkin. And I'm sure you guys have seen these napkins in the thrift store. They just don't look right. They look cheap. So I'm gonna do something different for a background. Barbara says, enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thanks for the stream. Yay for finishing up 2 pieces. You got it, Sue. Good luck on your scroll. Good luck on your move, Kat. I'm so happy that you were here too, Tanya. Yeah, I hope the framer can too. I mean, there's a couple of other shops in town and we do have a Michael's here now, so I can always take it down there since it's not framing, it's just stretching the corners. And it's worth the money I pay him to do that. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it, Barbara. I appreciate that reminder. I'm going to call him right now. You guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.